Speaker phasing test. This is the right track. This is the right track.
What?
Sir?
What do you want?
Just thought I ought to tell you, sir, there's a lot of talk on the street about this.
Time for the show.
They're starting to get a pretty strong following.
Excuse me? Did you say...
Time for the show.
Uh-huh.
Do I have to remind you that we are a network affiliate? And we're in competition with other networks, not with a bunch of punks broadcasting out of a closet?
But...
Do you enjoy wasting my time? Get out of my office!
Yeah! Tonight on Time for the Show, Dr. Fox talks about his win at last weekend's cyanide eating contest. Vid Chuli explains why brushing your tongue is racist. And one lucky viewer will win a lifetime supply of gently used soup. Stand by for Time for the Show.
Are we on?
Woo! Yeah! Oh, live from Constantinople. It's time for the show. On Freethink Radio, a Hypercube production in association with Menon and Magnavox and... You're not on.
I wasn't on.
There's Dr.
I
Fox,
had a
everybody.
joke.
I'm Vid Chuli, and with us is our arch nemesis, Peas. Hi, Peas.
Hi, Peas.
Arch Nemesis. That's a new title.
Well, you're the Keystone arch nemesis. You're what keeps the rest of the arch together and from collapsing under its own weight. It's physics, Peas.
It's physics. It's science.
No, we don't need any of that.
Well, now, we shouldn't lie to our beloved viewers. This isn't actually Peas. We went back through all the shows and cut out tons of quotes from Peas. I have them on a soundboard here, and we're just playing them. It's Robo Peas tonight. Like, watch, I'm going to push this button, and he's going to say...
Shut up, Vid.
See?
Oh, where'd you get that one? I don't think he ever said that one before.
Robo
You should
Peas, everybody.
Do another one.
Okay. How about...
Yeah, do what the recording says. Do another one.
Okay.
Here.
Wait, it's becoming self-aware. The Peas drops are becoming self-aware.
Not with that attitude, they're not.
There. See,
we
sometimes it takes me a while to find the right
You
drop.
gotta alphabetize them.
Yeah, I gotta
You gotta
cut
go
out
through the
the-
roster.
Yeah, I gotta edit them down. There's too much dead air at the beginning of those. But anyway, welcome back, everybody. This is Time for the Show. We're live right now on Freethink Radio.
Audibly.
Unless you're
On the
listening
radio.
to the podcast version. But this Time for the Show, for those of you that are new, welcome to this 2-hour production meeting where we come up with next week's material, like we do every week.
It's been a long 6 months. Oh, man. How you doing, Peas? What's up, buddy?
I'm doing stuffs, you know. I had a bad week, and then I got better.
Was your
And
tooth aching? Did you have another
what?
toothache?
But you know,
The last time you told me you were dying, you told me later that it was a toothache.
Well, were you talking about the thing in my neck?
Your head?
That's your head, Peas. It's supposed to be there.
I got troubles, dude. I got troubles.
I thought that's what you wanted.
I did. I got some in the mail.
No, he wants problems.
I got
Oh.
problems in the mail on earlier in the week, and then I did a problem on Saturday.
Well, speaking of the mail, oh, I have to look it up now, because I haven't
Yeah.
yet committed it.
I saw it.
4304,
Yeah, but do you know the zip code?
Winter Park, Florida. I can look that up.
But you can
Is
send
it-
it over.
P.O. Box 4304, Winter Park, Florida 32793. That is the Hypercube P.O. Box, and that ain't no jive.
Yeah, so go ahead, get an envelope, stuff it full of cash and other things, and send it on over to Hypercube, P.O. Box 4304, Winter Park, Florida 32793. You can
I
even
feel-
call the SWAT team to that address.
I feel like that's cutting into my action.
Well, I told you to get the P.O. Box.
Well, but I thought we could just
I didn't
use
want to
my
get all of
address.
my mail sent to you.
Well,
I mean, I
don't
know that
why
you
not?
wouldn't go through it. I
All of
know
his,
you would never open a big envelope that says, "We love Dr. Fox,"
I'm
no matter
Nixon.
how heavily padded.
heavily padded.
Yeah,
Why don't you have a private mailbox?
Because
I'd
I'm
be-
an open person, and I feel that the listeners and viewers that love the peas would never do anything to harm him if they sent something to his address.
Yeah, but I just think about the people that don't. That's my concern.
whatever. Fox just didn't want Peas to get to his men's underwear catalogs.
Those are mine.
The
You
thing
have to
is,
request
too,
them. They don't just send them to you anymore.
I was starting to get packages and things too. So I mean, it's probably a good move on your guys' part.
Well, yeah, I'm ready to cut in on some of that action.
Yeah.
But we're Nazis. We can't just put our addresses out there. That's
Are
silly. Of course we are. Listen to the show that you're on.
Well, it's 2018. Everybody has a choice to make for themselves.
Yeah,
Are
do
you a
you-
communist or are you a Nazi?
No-
Those are your choices.
Don't
That's it.
pussyfoot around that central aisle. No, thank you.
That's dangerous. You
Toe
can't
the
be a
line
centrist.
or get off it. Speaking of get off it, tonight's sponsor, Totino's Macaroni and Cheese Pizza Rolls. For that get off of the toilet, then sit right back down on it feeling. For at least 3 hours after eating. Because I did eat those 3 hours ago.
I like to microwave up a batch of Tostino's macaroni and cheese pizza rolls and sit on the toilet and eat them as I shit out the last batch.
It takes about that time, yeah. You need like 30 minutes between the trip to the microwave, but you can time it.
You ever try to like swallow at the exact same time that you're pinching that loaf off?
That's how I got my first prolapse.
Oh, it's that moment. If you could take that moment where you're swallowing and pinching at the same time, and you could bottle that.
George Carlin made the observation that you can't sneeze while taking a piss. Because if you did, you'd blow your asshole out.
And you'd have to clean the mirror.
Why'd you have a mirror on the floor?
Morning wood, man.
Don't judge him.
I do.
Thank you, Peas.
I sit in judgment of you. On you?
Don't judge Finn
Of
in his
you.
bathroom mirror, his floor mirror.
Yeah, well, you don't realize.
Somebody keeps leaving all this talcum powder on my mirror.
You know, your freedom of speech, your right to speak freely, that's not a right. That's a privilege.
Yeah.
So,
wait.
you know, it's funny you talk about talcum powder because my daughter and her boyfriend had a roommate in Kentucky, and this guy was a really
Blades of grass of Kentucky.
Yep, the Blue Hills of Kentucky. But this guy was like huge, and he was gone the weekend that I came to visit. So like, oh, you can just go put the air mattress in his room. But apparently, he had gotten in his head that
His room.
if he just
They live together.
no,
they're not married?
Like a roommate.
They're like a
no, this is a
roommate?
different. See, you get my daughters mixed up, but so this guy's got talcum powder by the case, and I guess in the morning because he was so large, he would just like talc up, and so there was this like quarter-inch layer of talcum powder throughout this entire room. Like if you laid down, you would just start breathing this stuff in. And I can't imagine having to live your life where one of your living expenses, you really have to factor in, well, I'm going to need 8 cans of Johnson & Johnson talcum powder to get through till next payday. And it's...
Well, why would you allow your daughter to live in such conditions?
Well, it's not, you know, says the man with no children.
Well, what'd you say? He had to use it because he was so fat?
He was so fat and sweaty that he would throw this talcum powder all over his body, I guess,
bath.
to absorb the liquid that just drained off of him from breathing.
Well, at least he's trying.
Trying to what?
He's taking some countermeasures. You know, give him some. Oh, touche. Look at that, Peas. You're still hot off the skillet. You had to cool down for a couple weeks, but you still got it. It's like riding a unicycle, you know? You never forget how to get frustrated and quit doing it. Poor Peas. Peas was sad the last couple of weeks. He was like one of those orca whales with the floppy fin. You know, that flaccid
limp
back
fin.
Yeah, there's nothing more sad. But you know what I say? I say it takes more muscles to have a floppy fin than to have a straight one. You know?
Yeah, you gotta reshape your dorsal diet. You have to work together on that.
I wonder what
It's all the McDonald's we're pumping into the ocean.
Your fin stance, if you're a whale, like what kind of fish do you have to eat? Oh, dude, your dorsal fin is all fucked up. You need to go eat some
You gotta up your krill. Get in on some of that krill tone. You can get that down
orca
at the
doesn't eat krill.
at the
orca doesn't eat
head shop, the blowhole
orcas
shop.
don't eat krill though. They eat like seals and people and dolphins and stuff, I think.
How high could a whale get?
High enough if we were to snatch a pterodactyl out of the sky.
Hey, no. Pteranodon.
You mean a pteranodon?
As long as it's not a dactyl.
Pneumonia
Just the adon. That's all I'm carrying
Pneumonia
about.
dactylon.
With this attitude, that is what I'm carrying
How about a pterodactylonosaurus?
Well, you don't have to be racist about it.
Hey, don't assume Shamu's orientation. Oh yeah, I'm the king of radio.
Even the music track stopped for that one.
Whew. It hurts to be this good and funny and awesome. I mean, it
hurts more to be around it.
Yeah, I slept outside last night, and Dr. Fox informed me that I was in need of some talcum powder.
Because you were sweaty?
Well, between me and my sweat, we had procured and manufactured a... oh man, those nail clippings really come through on the audio. Yeah, I stanked. Okay?
You like that?
Yeah.
With you sleeping outside, didn't that cause Dr. Fox some problems? Because he was just recently sent a notice that there could be nothing in the carport besides a car. And I'm sure that a fid chili in the carport is a violation of that homeowners association rule.
No, he has like a run set up. You know, so I can go back.
Yeah, I've got a cable that goes over the backyard.
Yeah.
And I just kind of hook him onto that. He can run to the end, then he can run back, and then he can run to the end. I gotta change the bowl every couple of hours, though.
I'm so happy. I'm such a happy Fid. Just look at me.
Good.
Look at me go.
Yeah, he's been
You're
brewing
such a good
hole.
boy. Is that Fid a good boy?
In fact, I need to go check that hole. I think he hid some of my stuff in it.
Uh-oh. We've got problems, Peas.
Nice. What's the picture on your problems?
Oh no, it's a practice problem.
A practice problem.
Yeah, it's when you don't have problems, but you still take little pieces of paper and put them in your mouth just so you don't forget how to have problems.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
they're
There's
like
two
for
piles.
kids.
It's like Flintstones problems.
Yeah, they're like candy cigarettes, but they're little fake hits of acid for kids.
Yeah, can we get just some Fred Flintstones and some Barney Rubbles on some acid?
You just take some chiclets to a
Kid
deli
Sid.
slicer. Just slice those chiclets up.
Yeah,
and,
just get a bottle of Fid's Kid Sid.
Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great if they actually had that? What a great country it would be. You know, you'd have your fake cigarettes, your bubblegum cigar.
We've
your
already
fake
got fake
acid,
cigarettes.
You know.
We're overwhelmed with them. I don't know what to do with
What'd
them.
you get from the ice cream man? Oh, I got some fake Quaaludes. I want to be just like mommy.
Yeah, you can go get yourself the Dr. Cosby special. That's a coffee-flavored ice cream with two
Melted Pops.
junior melted Quaaludes inside.
It's fun
It's your
because the
friend.
uppers are sour and the downers are sweet.
It's like a
That's how
double
you
whammy
compare it.
every time, but not a double
Hey.
penetration.
All right, did everybody get that joke? This show, I want to do something new. The show, I want to make sure the entire audience. We've got the Discord army live in the chat right now. They're listening. Every time we tell a joke this episode, I want to clear it with everybody in the Discord chat. Make sure everybody got the joke before we move on to the next joke. And if somebody didn't get it, we're gonna take the time to very carefully explain
it.
the joke and why
thank
it's
goodness.
funny and how hard they should laugh. And once everybody's satisfied, we move on as a group together. I think that would really work wonders for this show. Because peas.
Did you guys read that email we got earlier today?
Earlier today,
That viewer mail?
Yeah.
why am I the only one?
I'm just wondering if you read it. It's this young girl's got a terrible problem, and I wanted to answer her problem on the phone.
Well, since you
or on
since
the-
you
on the
know
show.
what's in the inbox, why don't you read it?
All right,
Viewer mail!
The
Dear
segment.
Peas, my name is Susie, and recently I've been dissatisfied with my Dongmaster 2000. It just doesn't seem to have the number of dongs that I need. Is there anything you could recommend or help me out in regards to my problems with my Dongmaster 2000?
Well, you know,
Signed,
Oh.
Susie.
Where's she from?
Where's she from? Where is she from, Fid? You've got the email right in front of you. Where is she from?
yeah, he memorized it.
I memorized the email, and Susie is from Worsteria, Ohio. It's like Worsteria, but I said Worsteria because it's the worst.
It is. That's
Made me
funny,
laugh.
too. So my advice to Susie, and I wrote her this out earlier, but I'll just paraphrase it here on the radio, is that I don't think that Susie's aware that the Dongmaster 2000's been replaced with the Dongmaster 4000, and their whole motto is now with twice as much dong. So I think if she's having a problem with the Dongmaster
So does the Dongmaster
2000,
3000 only have 50% more?
no, they just skipped right over the 3000 and they went to the 4000 because they wanted to give the 100, twice as much dong marketing tool. So my recommendation is, and the great thing is Dongmaster has a rebate program. If you send them your Dongmaster 2000, they will give you a 10% credit off of your Dongmaster 4000.
Yeah, just use promo
and then
code
they'll sell your old
TFTS.
Dongmaster 2000 to some lady in the third world. I hope that helps you, Susie.
Yes,
You know, the
We're
third
stereo,
world knows
Ohio.
all about it because I just saw a commercial, and I'd seen these years ago, and this is real. This is the
As opposed to
Insertable.
What? As opposed to my email?
for the ladies to ward off. Well, I guess it's not to ward off because I guess if you're at this stage, you haven't warded off anything.
The cock trap.
But yeah, it's the cock trap. And when a penis is inserted into this female condom, something that fits in the wine glass there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got some barbs on there, and it grabs on, and it should first off frighten the aggressor, and then should tear his cock up pretty bad.
I ain't scared of no cock trap.
But yeah, my idea was if you're living in
I think it's important
Nigeria
to
or
note
something
here.
like that, just all you need is a broom handle.
Oh, to test?
Yeah,
stick it
you
in
just
there first?
line them up and you just.
Yeah, if it breaks off like a snapping turtle ate the front of it, then
Go for that one.
yeah.
That's the good one. That's how you know they're ripe.
Well,
It did-
it's just,
See, now I'm a Nazi. Now I'm a raping Nazi.
it's an intimacy enhancer because
With
it
the
prevents the man
broomstick.
from pulling out.
Technically, I think that's sodomy when you use an instrument like that.
Wow, got some Dr. Pepper in my nose there. Thank you, Fid. That was a good one.
I would like to note,
job,
I
me.
would like to make an important point just for legal reasons. The Dongmaster 4000 is spike free.
But
Oh,
it does.
not interested.
It fits very easily on the end of a bifurcating sawzall, and that's what I recommend that that our viewers use. Just stick it at the end of that sawzall, preferably one that plugs into the wall, because you can go through one of those batteries pretty quickly when you're getting at yourself.
Do you know who
and-
the parent company of the Dongmaster 4000 is, Finn?
I imagine it's the Howard Stern show, but
No. Oh, please don't tell me I stole something from Howard Stern because I wrote this whole bit myself. No, it's
We're doing a
it's
bit.
just
copying something out of an old book does not constitute writing.
I did not copy this.
Well,
I wrote
let me
this whole
guess.
bit.
Let me guess where they're headquartered.
You're gonna say it before I do, I imagine.
I just think it's unusual that Adderall PM is the parent company of the Dongmaster. I think it's odd that a conglomerate has such a wide range of products for their customers.
Well, I always buy my sex toys from Southeast Asia because there's nothing like buying rubber dicks from Bangkok.
That's
Yeah.
right. Rubber dicks made by people who are only legal to have sex with in that country because of their age and their horrible government. Thank you very much. I'm Fid Chuli for Time for the Show. Back to you, Fox.
The tax regulation system that we're dealing with child prostitution in other countries, this is a tariff. This is an attack on rights. You know, these children want to be on the streets.
Well, you know,
They prefer to be.
much like
It's
it
safer
takes-
out there than it is at home, I imagine.
It takes more muscles for an orca's fin to slump than it does to remain straight up. It also takes more muscles to have a flaccid penis than it does to be erect, because you're squeezing off that blood supply. When you let go, all the
time.
blood flows in. So
the
you know the boners are for the weak, literally.
Up, through, down. I'll just go with your logic
What
for
is
now.
that? The Konami code?
Yeah, for
You
penises.
can't type the Konami code into the show to make it funnier. I've tried.
I know. Me too. But I do have unlimited bullets.
And we have SOCAN, which means as soon as we have nothing to say, because Dr. Piehole isn't here this week, then we just go to a song.
What's the song we're gonna play? Is it the Kinks' 20th Century Man?
Yes, it is.
That's what I had lined up. In fact,
Nice.
I've also got a cigarette lined up, and we're about half an hour into the show. So, shall we go to the first song?
Yeah, you
Let's
want me
do
to
it.
send it to you, Dr. Fox?
I got it right here. You can
Oh.
send me the next one, though.
I'm so excited to hear this song.
All right.
We'll be right back after 20th Century Man by the Kinks with more Time for the Show right here on Free Think Radio. God, you're sexy.
God, God.
My dreams are all dead and buried. Sometimes I wish the sun would just explode. Inside the matchstick's box is a token of all that
Hey, everybody. What a treat. That was 20th Century Man by the Kinks. There we go. We're back. It's time for the show. It's on Free Think Radio. What a joy and a pleasure and a treat it is to be back with all of you. We got the Discord army chatting away, and we've got Arch Nemesis Peas and Dr. Fox and me, Vid Julie.
It's a show.
It's funny
friends.
because
It's literally
totally
a show. Literally. Oh, poor Peas. He's trying so hard not to talk over us.
What are you talking about?
He's trying so hard, and you're doing such a good job. He's like breaking a sweat trying to not talk over us.
No, I'm good. I'm confused
he is.
because the song, this song doesn't sound the same as I remember that 20th century song.
Well, that was back in the 20th century.
Was it?
It's at least like the 23rd or the 24th century now.
All right.
Literally.
So what's new with you guys?
Literally time for the show.
What's new with us? Oh, I don't know. Just organizing Sellout Con, doing this show, rehearsing
Sellout
with
Con.
the band.
Did you even tell the people about Sellout Con, this great event that's happening in September?
Yeah, we were going to later.
All right. That's like we'll do a tease, and people go like, "What are they talking about?" And then we'll just drop it. And go to
Well, you
something
asked
else
us what
and
we
we'll
were
talk
working on.
I'm working on taking more muscles to smile than to frown. Because I want to be buff and stacked, but I don't want to be sad.
Yeah, I wish my penis curved into a frown. But I guess I have to work on that.
Yeah, the hooker gives you a discount if it's sad.
Poor
at the
little
end.
guy.
Don't worry, I wouldn't want to be up in me either.
But no, we've got we've been busy. We've got 2 shows with the band this week. We'll be out in Cocoa Beach on the 4th of July, and we'll be back here in Orlando on July 7th. And then Sellout Con and this show, which has seen
it's time for it.
it's been a considerable growth. You know, we're getting about 300 downloads about every 2 weeks. We're getting some networking built up. It's going well, but it's been a long, arduous, farduous
Do you
journey.
think that's due to some of our? Do you think that's due to some of our sister shows perhaps promoting our show?
No, they don't promote us.
Yeah,
They
we're
don't
the only
promote
ones
us?
that do the promotions.
I've never heard anyone else on Free Think Radio.
So
Other than
kitchen
Kitchen
table at
Table.
7 p.m. to 8 p.m. never says, "Hey, it's time for the show" at 10 on Mondays, and Share a Slice never mentions us on Tuesday at 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What
Daylight.
about? I'm sure that the FLDC Sound Review 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Time is mentioning us, or if they're not doing it, it's got to be Jiggy Week 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Thursdays. And if my last hope, because I love these guys, you know, Jeff, who can't use the restroom outside of his parents' house. Antisocial Engineering, guys, you're telling me that Antisocial Engineering, which comes on Thursdays at 10 p.m., doesn't
I think
promote
after
our
we had
show?
them on the show, I listened to a few of their episodes, and they gave us a shout out or two
Yeah.
back
Okay.
then.
They
So
got that
should
time
we
for the
stop
show
talking
bumped.
about their show, do you think?
Probably not.
Riley,
right.
actually, there is something to talk to there. He's been a busy boy. Riley, the host of Antisocial Engineering, our sister show here on Free Think Radio. He's booking Asterios Kokonos down at his jaunt. And he's also started another podcast, an ASE Presents, the Mighty Morphin Power dildo or something. He's been busy. I haven't even been able to keep up with him, but we talk to each other here and there. Look
Yeah, just
for him
running
on a future
Hypercube
episode.
is a full-time job. If only it paid like one.
Yeah, and in addition to everything we're doing, I've gotten back into Grand Theft Auto Online, so you know, that's a high priority. It's taking a lot of my time personally.
Final Fantasy 14 for me.
At least it's time not wasted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm savoring every minute of it.
I've got that fake bank account to prove how much that is not a waste of time.
That takes Grand Theft Auto bucks. Or is that the fake bank account you were referring to?
Yeah, the Grand Theft Auto bank account. I'm like a thousandaire in Grand Theft Auto.
And that's not even a good thing in that world.
It's not.
It's like you're barely trying.
I think $1,000 or like $1 million is like $20 if real money if you buy it.
Yeah, it's about that.
It's about 20.
I'd be willing to
20
look that
to
up.
$1 million. Yeah, 1 to 50,000. Something like that.
It's funny you said thousandaire because I get super excited when I become a thousandaire. It's happened to me, I want to say 3 or 4 times in my life that I've been a thousandaire. And you carry yourself a little prouder. You carry yourself a little taller when you're a thousandaire.
And then you go get
that 8 ball.
Taco Bell.
You get that 8 ball and then you're done.
Special. And you're at $9.95. You'll never be the same. You messed it up.
It takes more muscles to be poor than it does to have money.
Is that because they're so fat?
That's good. What about all that money? You have to carry it. I thought that'd make you stronger.
Right.
Well, because poor people are carrying metal money and rich people are carrying paper money. You know?
Not Scrooge McDuck.
You guys know about this paper money? It's worth a lot more than regular money. And it has pictures of dead chieftains on it.
Yeah, I've got a collection.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've got
You have them all?
Oh, almost.
I think there's Strom Thurmond is on the 1.
Atros Perot is on the $3 bill.
Yeah.
Don't forget
Actually, no, I think it's Obama. Obama's on the $3 bill.
There's a plate of oxtails and a glass of vodka featured on the $4 bill.
Now,
and the $7 bill just has George Washington, but he's in a turtleneck sweater.
He was high when they took that picture of him. Did you know that? He was
blitzed.
high.
You can see it in his cheeks.
I'm gonna let go.
Don't let it go, Peas, unless you love it. In which case, you should let it go. And if the joke is funny, it will come back to you.
I just don't know, because that was one of the talking points we had about the Peas. And,
do you want to go over talking points on the show?
No, I don't want to go over them. I'm just saying that I was surprised to hear the oxtail and vodka reference made during the show when that was a talking point about not making references to the vodka and the oxtails any longer.
That's not quite an inside joke. That is like...
Anymore?
It's not an inside joke, but it's not an outside joke either. It has like a worker's visa. You know?
Like if you followed up with the show...
It's a resident
then
alien
you get
joke.
a bonus laugh.
Yeah.
But every joke you should present, or every time that you want to make a funny ha-ha, you want to make sure that nobody that's heard the show before can dig in on it. But people that have caught up, it's there.
It takes more muscles to not get the jokes than it does to just laugh at them. Did you guys know that?
Repetition is nature's candy.
God,
Did you guys know there's paper money?
I hate you both so much right now.
Did you know that?
Not nearly as much as I hate me.
Well, I don't have any of that fancy paper money because Jesus said, give all your money to the poor because a rich man can't get through a camel's vagina without a needle. And then so...
It is harder to squeeze heroin through the edel of a fat man.
Right. What if I give...
That's the Book of Mark.
If I give all my money to the poor guy, now he's the rich guy, and fuck him.
The Book of Road Marks.
Do you guys know what I read about Jesus today?
Yes.
Wrote or read?
Read. I read
Yes,
this
I
about
do.
Jesus
Dr.
today.
Fox doesn't know, though. And I'm just actually pretending to know. So
Oh, I
tell
thought you
me.
had like some hot secret info for me.
I'm pretending I do.
I do.
Okay, well now I'm pretending that I'm jealous.
Hey, Peace, what did you, did you read about Jesus recently?
I had a hunch.
I did.
You did?
it's crazy that you would know that. I don't know how you could figure it out so psychically. But yeah, I was reading the paper today, and I know for you kids I was just looking at the internet, but I'm an old man, so I say I was reading the paper. And it turns out that a lot of Jesus's miracles, like healing the epileptics and all that stuff, turns out Jesus just rubbed CBD oil on them and blew some pot smoke in their face. And it's all very official. They got some biblical passages that reinforce that, and everybody seemed cool with it except for the Christians.
That's true. Every time you read in the Bible the phrase anointed with the holy oil, they're talking about
that's supposed to be pot oil. That's supposed to be hemp oil and marijuana oil. Now it's funny, or isn't it?
Marijuana oil is
because
different than hemp oil.
it is. I'm trying to hit a broader spectrum because some people may not know what marijuana is, but everybody knows what hemp is. But here's the thing: we know now through science that marijuana oils can help people with seizures. And so the premise is that not the walking on water and some of the other miracles that, maybe he used Coke to do those ones, but to do the epileptics and the people that were like, depressed and stuff, he just got them high and then they were fine. And then people were like, wow, Jesus is a miracle worker.
No, he's not. What a waste. I'm going to smear a bunch of CBD oil on my forehead, and that's going to cure my epistaxis.
No, I think that's what the priests do now with the anointed oil. I think back then Jesus was dabbing it. He had a whole rig, and
yeah, that's why they nailed him up on the tree so he couldn't do the dab.
Dab. Mother, damn you and your dabs, Jesus. They made me go crazy. I was stupid for 3 days.
Yeah, when they ran that spear into his ribs, he actually bled out Twinkies and Cheetos.
Cheetos.
Eat these Cheetos, for they are my flesh.
For they are extreme.
Yeah, can I get the extreme substantiation package?
His blood's Red Bull.
Yeah,
it's
can
Red
I?
Bull, that monster drink.
Father, may we change out the wine for some Mountain Dew Code Red?
Father, can we change the term from transubstantiation to cis-substantiation?
Argus, when you say that Jesus turned water into Code Red, it makes it seem like he's from Kentucky, but he was in the Middle East. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Code Red, Mountain Dew.
Well, Code Reds is completely different out there. Out here, it's a fruit-flavored beverage. Out there, it's just carbonated goat's blood.
Okay, all right.
That's not racist, though.
That clears it up.
It's okay, because that's what they do. It's not a stereotype.
It's their culture.
That's what they do. It's just a cult. Yeah, and I'm not going to try to appropriate it in the least.
Right, like people
We're
from
acknowledging
Arabia really do nig in the sand. They really do that. That's not. I'm not judging. That's just a fact.
It's
they
just a
nig
culture.
all over the sand.
That's what they do.
That's their right.
It's not
That's
our
their freedom.
position
Their
to
culture.
judge.
You
Matter of
can't-
fact,
you
we're
can't
actually embracing their culture and not assimilating, but like, okay, and teach me how to do it, dude. How do you do that, nigga in the sand?
Did you know it takes more muscles to not assimilate than it does to assimilate? Did you know that?
Only
That
on
seems like
Wednesday.
that's a theme.
Assimilate to our comedy, please. But we have to be nice. Remember, Fid, there's new laws in town. And because we're, stationed in the former, the former Spanish, I almost said the former Amish Empire.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Amish and
It's exactly
Spanish.
Spamish.
Goofy clothes,
The former
crazy food,
Spamish Empire.
Spamish.
lots of wives.
Bombers.
Salted meat.
Yeah, there you go. That's 7 degrees of of Kevin Bacon. I almost said salted bacon.
You should have.
But yeah, I should have. I really should have.
Don't worry, I'll edit that out.
But Hypercube is no longer allowed to boycott the nation, and that's in air quotes, Israel, if we want to continue receiving state grants and loans. So it is official today that just so that we can make sure that Governor Skeletor sends us our next pod crust distribution package that we will now be fully supporting Israel in everything they do.
Hail Israel!
They're nice guys.
They is
I liked
real.
Moses.
Yo, dag, yo! I didn't know we busted into the dag, yo segment already.
Yeah, hold on. We got another hour to
Moses
go.
concert.
Yeah, I know. We need to wait, but
We did
stay
get the
tuned.
bumps in at a half hour.
Later on, the Dagyo segment, everybody, and the Blind Eye. So, great, tasty, sweaty, stanky, dank show ahead. And Pease is here.
Pease is here.
I'm here.
He's here. We told you he was coming.
I'm on my best behavior.
Look at him. He's got a part in his hair and everything. He's wearing
a
his
suit.
Sunday best. His hair's parted.
Hair's all slicked
And the
back.
hair on his head is parted too.
Well, do you have your time for the show anti-rape condom on yet? Excuse me. In.
I think I might have it, but you cut out a little bit, so I don't know what I'm supposed to have.
Oh, well, I cut the tip off, so, even though the barbs still connect with all the flesh, you can still properly impregnate. Through the butt.
But only if Benjamin Netanyahu approves.
Yes.
Because we have to support Israel now, per the state of Florida.
it's the law.
And that's true.
Yeah, that's a true fact.
If you
game's paying us,
boycott
too.
Israel, you will lose your state funding, which you said was a First Amendment issue, Dr.
Which I
Fox.
kind of think so.
I don't think so.
No?
Well, the federal government does the same thing to the states with highways and stuff like that. They,
So in a sense, Israel controls the media.
Yeah, I'm a road.
yeah.
You can be a boat, but I'm gonna be a road. There was a contract made between my parents, and someone was definitely laid.
I am a road. I self-identify as a mode of land-bound travel.
You call me Dr. Boulevard.
Interstate Commerce Clause. That's the problem.
Another one of the laws that came through, I was telling you about this earlier, was that Florida has said that beaches not public property.
Good.
And so if you're able to
Well, bitches have never been public property. You got to take them to dinner and stuff first.
well, yeah, but I like treating my beaches well. I show them a good time. I run my fingers over them lightly.
Do you walk your
and,
dog on them?
I spit on them. Which is a gentleman's action.
Some beaches don't allow you to have fires on them unless there's an approved fire pit.
When I moved to Florida a year ago from the People's Republic of Baltimore,
Hip hip.
one of the things I liked about Florida was there were so many less rules on the beach. In the state of Maryland, you go to the beach and every day they're adding something to the sign of what you're not allowed to do. No frisbees, no fires, no kite flying, no dogs, no fun. And then I came to
fids.
Florida and it was like, hey, fire up a cigarette, have a beer, bring your dog, ride your horse on the beach.
Fids
We still had to
Drive
go
your
to a
car.
certain beach, though, to be able to drink. Because you're not allowed to drink on public beaches. So we had to go to Treasure Island, and that garbage strip of dirt, just so we could drink there. And that sucked. If we had gone south down to St. Pete Beach, by just a few minutes, we could have drank there, but we would have had to do it in front of all of these bars and restaurants that kind of, quote, own the beach.
Now, when you go to the beach, do you go to the Atlantic side or the Gulf side?
I prefer to go to the Gulf side, but this week we'll be on the Atlantic side.
Believe it or not, you'd think that the ocean side would be the nicer coast.
Ugh.
The Gulf of Mexico
I'm
is
not going to
actually-
swim in the Atlantic Ocean. It touches England and parts of Africa.
No,
I'm not going anywhere near that.
I agree with you guys. I think that the Gulf Coast is, a little bit nicer. There's a little bit more animal life that you can see. It's the water's, I think, a little bit warmer.
It's
I
warmer,
like it.
it's cleaner, it's clearer. The sand is nicer. Usually even the people are nicer. The greatest part about going to Cocoa Beach is you don't have to go far to find a needle.
Yeah, the Atlantic Ocean has
Especially if you're wearing
inappropriately touched
flip-flops.
more countries than that Olympic doctor. It's okay. Yes, it's
clipping
sort of a
Alabama.
rape joke, but he's in the can now. He's in the hole. He's in the big house. He's
With
in
his
the
broomstick.
slammer. Prison. The clink. Behind bars.
The slammer crammer.
Yeah.
The joint.
You can't say that on the radio.
Come on, peace.
Come on. We were so close.
Damn it.
I'm throwing it out. This entire show. Delete
Oh, come
it.
on, what are you talking about?
It
Nothing.
takes more
What
muscles
time?
to start the show over than it does to just keep going, Dr. Fox. Did you know that?
I know.
Did
I
you
have to
know that?
extend my arm. I have to bring the mouse up to the options button, and I have to click the button and turn off the recording. Then I have to move the mouse and disconnect from the server. But the server that you're listening to this show on is hosted by Free Think Radio, which you can hear at freethinkradio.com. I highly suggest that you download the TuneIn app. That's TuneIn. And you can listen to Free Think Radio all day through the TuneIn app, or you can listen at the website. And if you want to hear past episodes of our show, why just go over to timeforthewebsite.com. And you can listen to all our past episodes. Well, most of them. I think there are 2 instances we don't have shows. And
13 and 23 and a half are missing.
So yeah, that's my bad. Lost forever. But we make up for them. And we make up for them by paying our internet bill on time. And this month's internet bill, it's top of the month. So everyone gets a shout out. So I'll bring up the Patreons in just a bit. In fact, I'll go ahead and I'll bring up the Patreons unless you can. And we'll read off the list and we'll make sure to get those shout outs. But every month, by donating to Hypercube, you can help pay these ridiculous bills. Did you know, this is not a joke, it costs over $1,200 a year for us to connect to the internet and pay for the servers and the hosting and all of that. That's coming straight out of our pockets. But this month we've had several people help us out.
That's over $1 million per millennium.
It doesn't even cover our cocaine.
Anymore. Not till P's developed a big tasty habit. But
I'm
we've
not
got
signed in. I'm not signed in, Dr.
All right,
Fox.
I got it.
We'll do
I
it
got
in the
it.
second hour. We're coming
Yeah,
up.
we'll come back.
Yeah.
But you can
It's a
go to
good tease because people don't need to know about all the great Patreon users
Yes,
that
you
we
can.
have right now. They just need to know the concept that there's a place to go to help support the show. And then every time somebody does that, the following show, we make an announcement and all that stuff. And it's such an exciting and big part of this show that we like to tease it a little bit first so that people, maybe if they're distracted while they're listening and stuff, they'll hear Patreon. And because they want to focus on, if they're going to focus on any part of the show, that's the part of the show they want to focus on. So it's important for professional radio personnel such as ourselves to focus on a good tease for the Patreon segment, because really it's one of the best segments on the show.
Yeah, and not only that, but this is a 2-hour show, and we got time to fill, man. We got to chow down
time in the
that
world.
clock. It's a time sandwich, and we all have to take a bite to fill in that time. But filling in the time is as easy as what I'm doing right now, which is just running my pie hole. Because if I stop talking and Dr. Fox stops talking and P stops talking, then it's going to be dead air. And we can't have that. It's better to say anything at all when you're doing a live radio show than to have dead air. Even if you're just talking about the fact that you have to keep talking. That counts. It's what I'm doing right now, and you, by listening to it, are proving me right. You're complicit! Hashtag me too. But with that said, we're coming up on the top of the hour. Coming up on that 11 o'clock break. So we're going to play 20th Century Man
Nice.
by the Kinks.
This time for sure.
And chow down on a ciggy. And then we'll be back with the Daggio segment, the Blind Eye segment, and all of the Patreon shout-outs. And I think all the Patreon donors are in the Hypercube Comsat Discord chat, which you can join for free. But if you want us to pretend to like you, then you have to donate on the Patreon.
Really
But
do
anyway,
need that.
all that coming up and more. I'm Fit Julie, that's Dr. Fox, that's Peas. This is Free Think Radio, and this is 20th Century Man by the Kinks.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the solution to our problem.
Are you unhappy, girl, in this confusing world where everything you earn is getting at to burn if it were not to
Yippee! Tie-yay! Come on!
Oh, yeah! It's time for the show! And it's time for our monthly Patreon shout-out!
Door number 2!
All right, so this is for all of our homeboys in our potassium level. Woo! That includes Reverend Caller 23, Reverend Caller Apostasy Fenord, and that's Couch Sloth, right, Rhett?
Yeah!
And that's Reverend Couch Sloth. Followed by our $3 tier, featuring, that's our latex level, with, I think it's the latex level. I forget what the levels are again.
3-ply.
Oh, the 3-ply level. Okay, yes. That's Reverend Scalpod and Reverend 80. Our $2 latex level. That's the latex level. That's Hazel of the Windmills.
Hey, Hazel.
And Cat Feather.
Hey, Cat Feather.
And then, of course, our gracious secret potassium level member, which is Dr. Cosmac. And, let's,
And we,
there he is.
We have gifts and treats in the mail, literally in the mail, on the way to many of the aforementioned supporters.
Yeah, Scalpod, I guess we had a crossover, but he's getting a potassium level membership kit, even though he's not. But Reverend Couch Sloths is actually sitting out in the living room. That'll go in the mailbox tomorrow. And if you want goofy stuff, well, all you have to do is send us a self-addressed stamped envelope or box, and we will send you some goofy stuff back in it. And all you have to do
Where should they send it?
Why, they send it to Hypercube, P.O. Box 4304, Winter Park, Florida 32793. You can also call the show at 321-765-FAUX. That's 3289 for those of you that don't have letters on your phone. You can also send an email at timefortheemail@gmail.com. And
Just
finally,
like that girl Susie did earlier in the show.
yeah, she got it. She sent it right off. She's great. And you can leave us a voicemail on the number, send us an email, or send us something in the mail. And yes, I think we're actually going to get ready to send something out to just about all of our Patreonies. We've got a box of goodies here. And so keep an eye on your mailbox, because it's coming.
It's the top of the month, and it's the second half of the year now. So we're going to be sending stuff out. Reverend Scalpod, you got lucky, my friend, because even though you are a 3-ply supporter, we accidentally sent you out the potassium level package. So
Tell him not to open
you
it and
got
send it
us
back.
this time, son. But anybody that joins, that just goes to show we might accidentally send you more stuff than you paid for. So you could actually end up on the better side of the deal by supporting us. You could turn a profit supporting us. It's a win-win-lose situation. Hi, Peace. You're with us.
Hey, buddy. No, I was captivated by the whole concept of the Patreon and the how somebody could weasel through with the platinum level and, you know, technically be a 3-ply guy. But I'm sure that he will
Technically,
see the
Drew
box.
is a cobalt now.
Guru Drew,
'Cause
yeah,
he
we
doubled
did the
down.
math, and he is a cobalt level now. He just donated just a one-time chunk of a
Here.
very generous donation.
But you know, I
Take
think
it
I've
all.
got a T-shirt that we could send out to him. One of our Hypercube T-shirts.
Yeah.
So we need to find out what size he wears and get that out to
And
him.
we gotta figure out, does he want no fun, or I fucked up, or any of the other patented, not really patented, Hypercube design?
They're not patented, but they do have a Creative Commons on them. But hopefully we'll be getting our copyrights taken care of with the next. And here's the kicker. So I've been working on videos. Once we hit our $50 goal on Patreon, we're going to have a members-only video released on the Patreon every month. And it'll be on the Patreon for 30 to maybe 90 days before we drop it down to the YouTube or something. So you'll
So
get
send
first
your
crack.
nudes.
Now,
Yeah.
it's not a porn video, but we can't stop you from masturbating to it if
Nor
you want
do we want to.
to. Touching themselves.
So, Dr. Fox, I have a question.
Yes.
You know, we play all these wonderful things, and we got Sellout Con coming in September, and I'm wondering why your cover, Dr. Fox and the Right Angles, Dr. Fox and the Right Angles cover of 20th Century Man by the Kinks, how come we don't play that on the radio?
We played it last week.
Did we?
Yeah.
Did we?
I must have missed that.
You want to try that did we again, Peace?
Did we?
There, you didn't quite hit it in the first one.
Nailed it.
Nice.
I'm not sure if that's in the lexicon or not. You know, so I'm trying it out. I'm feeling it out, man.
It takes more muscles to not donate to our Patreon than it does to donate to our Patreon. Did you know that? Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yeah, welcome to the Clitoral Facts with Fid segment of the show. It's clitorally a fact.
And it's still clitorally the second hour. We're holy crap.
Now, usually
we blew
that's,
through that
that's
first
when
one.
things like open up, right? And you can swear because I think that we, you know, no one swore the first hour.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I'm really fucking religious, and that offends the shit out of me.
So, yeah, we'll open up the lines. If you would like to join Time for the Show, receptacle programming is now activated. Just join the Discord and go to the Time for the Show room in the voice chat
Single
channel.
file. Let's not push and rush.
Remember, don't say hello.
Please,
Yeah,
God,
it's
no.
the we do negative land jokes bit of the segment.
That's my favorite part.
That's a band, right?
I don't think you can say band. I think you have to call them artists. Ugh.
I've never heard any of their stuff.
Oh, well. You've got a lot of catching up to do. I like Negative Land. They're one of my favorite acts.
They do the best version of 20th Century Man that I've
Yeah.
ever heard, and I've heard all of them.
And I'll cue it up right now.
I'm more of a positive inlet kind of guy.
You know, Pease, I'm glad that you brought up our band, Dr. Fox and the Right Angles, because
Thank
during
you.
the last break, Dr. Fox and I were talking about the fact that none of our music, which is almost all original, has to do with girls or love or trying to
love a girl.
trying to hold someone's hand. And I appreciate that. It's something I never thought of before, but I always thought it was kind of creatively lazy to do a love song. I think there's too many songs out there where it's just the singer begging a girl in euphemistic terms to get in her snatch. You know, it starts out innocent enough with the Beatles wanting to hold her hand. But why do you think he wants to hold her hand? Because holding her hand is the lily pad to Mount Vagina. What do you think, Pease? Too many love songs? Do you like love songs? Does every song have to be about sex?
I gotta be honest with you, I'm a big fan of vaginas. And so I like songs that help me.
I'm a fan of big vaginas.
I like songs that like give me tips on how to get into vaginas. So I like the love song thing. One of my favorite bands is half Japanese, and all they do is about monsters. If you guys' songs aren't about love, what are they about?
Sex.
Oh, okay.
I
I
kiss my wife with my penis.
At night, with your sunglasses on.
And my collar flipped. And my Jordans. I'm pumping up my kicks.
And my members only condom.
I like the way that the members only condom has that brass snap at the bottom. And that one zipper that goes to nothing.
Wait a second. Pursuant to Clause 6 of Rule 18, we must make sure that everybody in the Discord got that joke before we move on. That's what we're doing now. Does everybody in the Discord get that joke? Now, there's a 20-second delay, so we're just going to have to sit here and wait until we can hear it.
All right, I'll start the clock now. 1, 2.
Okay, everybody left the Discord.
Now I'm sad. But you can join the Discord. Come on over to timeforthewebsite.com and click the Join Discord button. All you need is an email address. You don't even have to verify.
Count Sloth says he didn't get it, but on the same token, Count Sloth is, that's not surprising.
Well, he's
Well, what do you mean by that?
I don't mean anything by it. It's just I think
you don't mean anything by it. You just say things you don't mean.
Yes, I do all the time. That was one of the talking.
Yeah, let's just do all the talking points.
Yeah, we got 45 minutes to go.
We need to talk about why Pease's flipper flopped down, and then we had to talk to him about how we were going to take the show more seriously. Can you guys tell how seriously we're taking this?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was trying to get to the microphone in time to make a fart sound.
Good points were made, man.
Yeah, they're not just points. They're chiseled points. I had to drag them along the ground. Get some concrete.
I showed up and I parted my hair and it's all slicked back. It looked very nice. First day on the job. Attitude.
It's business up front, party in the back, Peas.
Yeah. My hair is super long because, I haven't got it cut since I got my head shaved with my old man when he was done with his radiation treatment last year.
Oh, he got mad and shaved your head?
No, his hair was falling out and it was falling in his cereal and stuff. And I'm like, he just finished radiation. I'm like, look, let's go get our heads shaved because that's gonna irritate you quite a bit having hair fall on your food all the time.
Why not just?
And I kind of did
why
it.
not just get a lid?
Did it with him to,
a hat.
I don't know why. I make hasty decisions. Some people don't know that about me. Sometimes I make hasty decisions.
Well, you can totally say hasty decisions on the radio. That is okay. That is the only thing that is okay.
This country would be a little bit better if we only had a limited number of approved haircuts like they do in North Korea. You can only have like 8 haircuts. You have to pick one of them. But I think we should import that over here because if there's one
Which haircut do you take, Fid?
The easiest one of all. Bald. Bald as a 12-year-old's left nut.
Ooh. I think I got the right one down.
It's super low maintenance. You
Explains
can do
my
it yourself.
peach fuzz.
You can't mess it up. You just go out in the backyard and buzz it all off. With my bald head, I'm literally saving dozens of dollars on shampoo.
Do you think that maybe somehow in some mix-up in heaven that I wound up with both your guys' hair, and that's why my hair is so luscious, and you guys don't have any?
Well, Fid has hair. I don't. I've been growing my hair out for a month, and I look like a 12-year-old's right nut.
One less thing to worry about, man. I would take a pill that I'd never grow any hair on my head ever again.
You know, if I could just take the pill, sure.
Yeah.
Just on the head, though. I'll keep everything else. I'm like a Brillo pad. Nature's Brillo pad.
I think you should trim up, though. I think the Brillo pad look is bad. I think you should trim up. It makes you look like more aha.
Well, I was shaving my armpits, but then I was told that I was just following along the patriarchal's long ordained standard.
You can join our patriarch too, and give us money.
We're patriarchy too. Patriarchy harder.
The patriarching. We do put the pay.
Is this where we start?
You should list
bashing
out
people?
all the Patreon users.
We should do that. Did you know it takes more muscles to not repeat a bit than it does to actually
Did we do
repeat
that?
a bit
I thought we
that
just
we
teased
did
it.
15 minutes ago, Peas? We did it. We opened up the second hour with it.
All right.
But again, this is time for the show, which is not aptly named because it's not a show.
Nope.
This is a 2-hour live broadcast production meeting where we come up with the next week's show material every week. Don't wait for the show to come out for us to tell you how funny it was. We'll do it for you.
It's exciting to know what's going to happen in the upcoming week by listening to this week's show. And I think that if you really analyze that, it really gives you an advantage in the office water cooler conversation when you talk about next week's show before it's even happened.
All we ever talk
It'd probably
about is
get
how
you
our
some
water
chicks.
cooler is broken.
Yeah, all we ever talk about is why are we standing around a broken water cooler? But yet we keep doing it. Isn't that weird?
Seems like the right place to be for it.
It's one of those human things.
How about when they reload that 5-gallon bucket, but they didn't bring any of those little paper cones? That's my favorite part, is drinking out of a cone. That's the only reason I go to the water cooler.
Well, that's when you just take that big 5-gallon bottle out and you take your car keys and stab a hole in the side and shotgun.
Yeah.
Shotgun all that cleaning fluid.
Gravity
out.
jug. Chug. That could be a new bit where we just try to drink 5 gallons of water live on the show.
Live on the radio.
Yeah, that's good radio. Especially the atrophy. That'll be great. What's racist tonight, Fid?
The Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh yeah?
Well, Dr. Fox handed me this Garbage Pail Kid trading card. This one in particular that he handed me was Crime Doug. And it looks like a bear with a inspector's uniform on and bites taken out of him. And
like
I was
crime.
waiting until we got into this part of the segment. I was wondering, why did he hand me this card? Oh, I guess I'll find out later. And
now seems to be the time. But no, I'm trying to collect as many Doug Garbage Pail Kids cards as I can, and that's the one I got out of this one. The last one I got, Doug Hunt, it's actually a sticker, and I stuck it on something. And now I'm kind of regretting I had done that, because now I want all the Dougs. But no, I think it's like was it a Scruff McGruff? Yeah, is that an address you know, Peas? Do you know Scruff McGruff's address?
McGruff's?
McGruff. Yeah, the crime hound.
I don't know his address. I mean,
He
talk
sang it.
song,
He
but-
sang it on TV and on the radio. Are you telling me that you haven't been taking notes from one of the greatest address givers in history? McGruff the Crime Hound and Stick Stickly had the best address-based songs.
And Abraham Lincoln.
Not too bad.
Well, for the time, it's pretty good. Did you know that vomit is nature's anal lube? Clitorally.
That was my phone binging as soon as you said that.
Does that mean I win?
I guess you do, yeah.
I win this show. Peas, are you drinking?
No, I'm well, a little bit, but not.
No, hold on. You just said no.
Yeah, but
Did you just discover that you had been drinking? You did it subconsciously?
Hate when that happens.
I looked over there and I'm like, oh, I guess I am drinking, but
Well-
not like I normally do because I'm behavior. My problem is, and I know it's not happening on the show, but in the studio, I'm clipping a little bit, so it's in an effort to be good. I don't want to step on you guys, but at the same token, I'm not hearing half what's going on.
Well, you're doing great, Peas. I'm gonna send you home with a note that you can give to your parents, and they're gonna be so proud of you.
And I guess that when I listen to the show next week when we post it, I'll know what you just said. I think you're gonna send something to my parents. I hope they're not nudes, because they didn't like that the last time you did it, and I think they said something about maybe your court order if you did it again. So just heads up.
A court
Yeah,
order.
just what's your parents' address real quick? So I can write it down.
They're gonna have me drawn and court ordered.
I would.
That was
I'm
funny.
tempted
Did
to
everybody
give
get that joke?
I got
Hold
it.
on.
I
Did
enjoyed
everybody
it.
get the
I
joke?
enjoyed it. I
The
thought it was a
show's not going on
good-
until I make
good
sure
ha-ha
everybody got
chuckle
it.
from Dr. Fox.
I would give their
Okay,
address,
all right.
but they're old and yeah, no. I guess if you wanted to send something to Pea's parents, you could just send it to care of Pea's, 6428 Adobe Peak Drive, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89108.
This is going to become the great mailbox wars of 2018.
No, well, I held back the whole show because you got the P.O. box, but I felt like Fid was baiting me to give an address out. And so I'm
he's a
just
master
going with
at
my
it.
gut. I feel like he was toying with me.
Do you feel like we have to bait you to get your address out? It
Well,
hasn't
you
been
do
that
this
hard.
week. You do this week because I'm feeling shit out, man.
Oh, Peas.
We're learning how to do a radio show live on the radio.
We
But no,
initialized
I'm
the Peas
trying
spot.
I'm trying to show that I will give the performance that needs to be given, because I'm a professional radio person.
Peas,
And
do you hear that, everybody? Peas is a professional radio person. I want to
I
make
think
sure
they
everybody
did.
got
Yeah,
the
not a
joke
radio
before
man.
we move on.
Not a radio woman, radio person.
Well, is it wrong to talk about our next project that's coming up on Free Think Radio as we're
Probably.
in pre-production, or is it we should just tease that and talk about it in another show?
Well, what's our next one?
I think you should talk about it, Peas, because it's happening, and we're going to help you out with it.
Well, one of the things that we're going to do here on Free Think Radio is there's going to be a new show. It's going to be a quick half-hour format to start out with, and it's going to be called the It Show, and it's basically going to be
the Fid Show?
No, the It Show, the It Show.
Lowercase I, uppercase T.
Uppercase
or if
T.
you want to do it the right way, it's a upside down exclamation point and then an uppercase T.
That's correct. And so the whole premise of this show, and why we're tooling it right now, I worked a little bit on the week, is it's going to be like a cheesy TV show, but on radio where your head is the pictures tube. So we're gonna have a little opening band. It's gonna be a little monologue of Peas. I'm gonna interview somebody, or we're gonna do some radio bits, do a couple of fake commercials or real commercials, and it's gonna be real quick. And I think people are gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be a little bit of a different type of show for Free Think Radio. It's gonna be, I think, a little bit different from our show. And I think it was some. I want you to think like a Mike Douglas Gong Show kind of mixture, in like a 30-minute format. Now, if it goes long for an interview or something, we'll deal with that. But the format's going to be, short and sweet, quick and neat.
And we're going to host it on Time for the website, right?
Yeah, it's a
Hypercube production.
It is a Hypercube production because we are.
See how I just appropriated his show?
We are the three.
It's too easy.
No, you're not appropriating anything. I was a baby, and I apologize to both of you. But my feels were hurt, and on the same token, we all discussed it. It is what it is, but I think what good comes out of this is we're going to get another show to make. I think it's going to be a different kind of show.
Hooray! More work!
Yeah, and this show is going to be better, and that's important. And we all love each other like brothers, and that's the best thing.
Like incestual brothers. Well, Peace, I appreciate your apology, and I will accept your apology off the air. But for now, I don't want to seem like some kind of chump. So during the next break, which I believe, Dr. Fox, I sent you. I
got it.
The 20th Century Man song file. We're going to take a break so I can accept Pease's apology. And we're going to come back with the final half hour of the show, get to those dagios, those blind eyes, maybe some more viewer mail if we can make up some more between now and then. And we'll be back with Peace and Fox and me. Free Think Radio. Time for the show!
.com.
Welcome back to Time for the Show, live right here on Free Think Radio. Man, what a joy it is to be back with engineer Dr. Fox and Reverend Arch Nemesis Pease.
Every time I think that I've got it set up to not play the next song, it plays the next song. Worked out well in the beginning of the show, though.
You have to change your autoplay setting from kill to stun.
Fid, was that one of your matches?
No, actually, that wasn't 20th Century Man by the Kinks. I really am going to plug this band because I like them. The name is Umphreys McGee, and that song was called Frankie Zombie. It's not a traditional mashup. They go into the studio and record from scratch. They don't just manipulate audio.
That was a fabulous song.
I enjoyed it.
The name of the
was
album
really good.
is Zonky. It's like donkey, but with the letter Z if you're a Englishman, or the letter Z if you're a real person.
If you're a real person.
Yeah, check out that album, everybody. It's like studio mashups that they actually record. Like they play.
That's like the freshest thing I've heard in a long time. I really enjoyed it.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of the great things about doing this show is that I got put in the position of having to find music to play every week. And for the first couple months, it was pretty easy because I only had to find like 4, 5, or 6 tracks to play every week. But after I started drying up that pool, it forced me to go out on the internet and look for new stuff and ask my friends, like, hey, what's that new good shit? What's some shit I haven't heard that you could turn me on to?
Good shit, man.
And a lot of people have turned me on to some good shit. Guru Drew gave me the entire silica gel collection that we've been playing. We didn't play any of that. And some other people have turned me on to some really great shit. So, yeah, if you want to find good music, just start a live internet radio show and get Dr. Ellis to hook you up with that SOCAN license. And within a matter of months, you will be scouring the internet for good shit. And there's plenty out there. You just have to find it. So that's why I'm thankful for this show. Why are you thankful for this show? Peace.
Well, I think that the show gives me a voice to the people. The people want to know what Pease is thinking.
Do they?
They do. I really think that they do. And it was only when I didn't have the show that I realized how precious the show was to me.
Yeah, if you love your temper, then let it go. You know?
Speaking of letting it go,
let it go.
You guys got your blind eyes. Had the whole show.
Oh, shit! It's everybody's favorite, the Blind Eyes segment. I got mine. You got yours, Dr. Fox?
I do have mine. Pease, do you have yours?
The blind eye? Yeah, I got a blind eye problem.
Well, we'll buy Pease some time. The Blind Eye segment is where we, the hosts of Time for the Show, name a person or a group of people who, if we were the only ones that could save them from momentarily being beheaded by ISIS, we wouldn't do it. We're not calling ISIS to action, but if we were the only ones that could save the people that we're about to name from ISIS, we wouldn't do it. Is that right?
Right enough. It's all right with me.
All right, well, my blind eye this week, you know, it was going to be the manufacturers of ceiling fans. All of them. And the reason that it was going to be that was because, you know that little switch on the ceiling fan, the one that changes the direction that the blades spin clockwise or counterclockwise? It's just like a little
switch. Yeah, the Coriolis switch.
Yeah. They put that on
Coriolis.
every model of ceiling fan that I've ever seen. They put that little switch like a quarter of an inch away from the spinning carousel of death. You have to reach your finger. First of all, it's 7 feet off the ground. And then there's 7 feet of space from the floor up to that switch. Then there's a quarter inch of space between that switch and the fan blades spinning above it. And you have to try to push that thing up or push it down without getting your finger caught in there. Could there be a more precarious place for them to put that switch? And by the way, it's not labeled, and neither are the two chains. The one chain that controls the speed and the other one that controls the light. Oh, I don't know. Which chain is which? I don't know either. Try one. Oh, that was for the fan speed. Now I want to get the fan speed back to where it was. How many times do I pull it? I don't know. Because it's not labeled. Nothing's labeled and it's all dangerous. So, that was going to be my blind eye.
Until I told you turn the fan off first.
Yeah, and then I was like, you know what, that makes a lot more sense. I can't just blind eye all of the ceiling manufacturers of North America and the greater
You could blind eye anybody that flips that switch and then does not reverse their fan blades.
Don't cross the streams.
But that's not your blind eye.
That's not my blind eye. My blind eye this week.
Which would have been a good one.
It would.
I thought that would have been a good one. Hell, I might just take that one.
Well, you pointed out why I was wrong. So this week I'm going to blind eye people who refer to Reese's Pieces as Reese's PCs.
Wait, that's not how you say it?
ISIS, fly a plane into any person who you hear say the phrase Reese's Pieces. Oh shit, I just said it.
Start scoping out all the
I feel
7-Elevens
like
and ice cream
targeting
stores.
Argus Fox, because I know for a fact that Argus Fox does say that.
Well, not for long. Not after he's taken a 747 up his ass. Blinder! Ba-bow! Bang! 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 Cha! Cha! Sound effects. All right, that's mine.
Bees, you got yours?
I do have mine. Mine's kind of personal though this week, and it involves a
big
little
surprise.
backstory. Big backstory. So, my blind eye is one of my coworkers, and I'm debating whether I'm going to say his name on the radio. Or so for right now, we're just going
Don't
to call him
say Phil's name.
I'm not going to say his name. But so, for whatever reason, me and this guy started to have friction because he kept trying to think that he was in charge of telling me what to do. And so anyway, the friction got bad. There were some meetings and whatnot, but we had a big disaster with, and this is complicated computer talk, but we have a 17 terabyte file share. And all the access control lists for it got wiped out and replaced with full access. So it was kind of bad.
Well, Subway's been scrubbing those hard drives clean.
Yeah. So anyway, it's like 8 o'clock at night. We're all on this bridge call, talking about how we're going to fix it.
Bridge call. Look at
a bridge
you.
call. These are technical terms. I hope I'm not speaking above the viewers' heads here a little bit. But anyway, so I decide I'm going to offer the olive branch of peace to this coworker, right? Because he's not on the call, and I know how my company is. Come Monday morning, because he wasn't on that call, that's bad, okay? So I say, hey, dude, we're on this call. You might want to jump in. He's like, hey, I'm in Los Angeles. I'm not here for the weekend, whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, no problem, dude. I didn't know you were out of town. That's a great excuse. Don't sweat it. So Monday, I go to work, and it comes up in conversation, and he goes, yeah, don't ever do that to me again. I wasn't on call. I was in Los Angeles. Don't ever do that again. And I'm like, really, dude? This was the olive branch. I was just trying to look out for you because you would have gotten in trouble had you not been in Los Angeles just sitting in your house drinking beer when the rest of us were doing this. But I don't say that, so I leave early that day. I leave at 4:30, And he sends me an email and he says, "Hey, the director's looking for you." And I'm like, oh, I start to panic a little bit, you know. And this happens to be the same day that I kind of blew up at you guys, and because it's Monday, it's last Monday, you know.
Peas was mean
and
to us.
so I'm having a bad day to begin with. So I think to myself, you know, the director and I work really closely together because I do the security and all that stuff. If he wanted to get a hold of me, he'd call me. So I ignore this thing. But I let a couple days go by, and I go and I talk to the director and I say, "Hey, this whole scenario happened, and did you go looking for me and ask this guy?" And he goes, "No." And so my blind eye goes to my coworker, who's such a passive aggressive little fucking baby, that he got so upset that I tried to look out for him that he decided he had to fuck with me. And so that's my blind eye. If you were bleeding in the road, I would just walk right by with my hand on my side of my head, because that's like, I think that was a shitty thing to do. So you're blind-eyed, coworker.
Well, pursuant to Clause 6 of Rule 13, counterclaim and cross-claims from the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, I hope that your coworker gets hit by a plane.
Yeah, that's the professional way to take it.
By the way, Peas, I know why that guy doesn't like you.
Why's that?
Well, I mean, I think it goes without explaining. I mean, come on. No, I know why he doesn't like you. Because you informed me that while you're at work, you play Time for the Show at your desk.
Yes, I do.
And then
And that's the whole reason I didn't say his name.
Oh.
That's the whole reason I didn't say Mark
episode
Daly's
at
name.
work.
You didn't say his name, but you spent 7 minutes intricately describing the very specific situation that was going on between the two of you. But yeah, don't say his name.
Hey, everybody that works with peas. Fuck. Also, women are
Which one of you
objects.
is it?
Hey, women are not objects. They're subjects of men.
No,
okay.
You know what? It's
All right,
not the
slow
woman I
down,
work with.
Onan.
All right,
The
who's your...
coworker is not the one woman
Is
I
that
work
an Onan joke? Did I just rip him off?
No, you didn't. Now forget that there's an Onan.
Oh, well,
I
who's
think
your
it's a
blind
Jimmy
eye?
Fallon joke.
My
I think
my
that's a Jimmy
blind
Fallon
eye is the fans.
Our fan?
No, not our fans, because I like our fans, but
They're
I think
awesome.
it's more of fandoms. And boy, do they put the dumb in fandom. But, you know, Fitchuli and I reside down here in the former Spanish Empire, and right down the road, just a hop, skip, and a jump away, it's not a Six Flags, but it is Disney World. And being summer, families from all over the world decide that they want to come and piss away their life savings to go to Disney World. And this weekend, they opened a new area of the park, which I got to read a wonderful report on Insider about a barely knower. that adults, men, grown men, stood in a line, and these are people without children, stood in a line for 3 hours to go into Toy Story Land, and then another 3 to 4 hours to ride a baby roller coaster, and another hour to ride the spinning teacup ride. That's it. And it just blows my mind that people are willing to just dedicate not just their money or their time, but their entire lives, you know, what they commit all of their energy to is just this fandom world. And like the crowning achievement that I found on it today is James T. Kirk straight bourbon whiskey. So now you can own an officially licensed bottle of booze that a guy on a show that you watched on VHS copies never drank, but you can own the same thing, and it's only what was it here? $70 for a 750 milliliter bottle.
Oh, it's a bargain.
Yeah, it comes out to what? About $6.50 a shot?
So
like
did the
$10
guys
a
in Disney
cc.
World in line for cups, were they drinking the James T. Kirk whiskey?
Well, that's a CBS property, so probably not. But I did read that there are Toy Story themed alcoholic beverages, which just blows my mind how you could even come up with something like that. I don't know, maybe instead of using ice cubes, they use like wooden building blocks or something.
It's Imagineering, dude.
Yeah. Imagineering.
Now is that your blind? Is your blind eye the guy's wait? Kirk whiskey.
Yeah,
Or is it
that
all-
would be them. That would be fans or
Hail
members of
Satan.
fandoms.
Listen,
Hail
When
this is
people are,
not-
I'll change my mind when people are standing in line for a $100 can of Time for the Show baked beans. But until then,
Oh, who wouldn't do that?
writing them off. Don't care. Don't
Now,
care.
You're
Blind
allowing-
eye.
Need music stings. Stick it.
I think I have an explanation for that. There's this tendency that humans have to take the entire spectrum of possibility and narrow it down to a Smurf's cunt hair of band of possibilities, and then niggle over the very small increments of difference within that narrow band. We do it with the way we dress, we do it with our music, we do it with our politics. Do you know what I mean? So like you take a genre of music like the blues. It's a very narrow band of possibility
best
what can happen in a blues song as compared to what is possible in all of music. But
Yeah.
everything is within that narrow band, and it makes the very minute differences that are very small in the scope of the entire spectrum. Those very small differences become a lot bigger because you're only looking at the window of the band that you're allowing the variables to exist
But with
in.
that, why would you only hone in on like pop culture?
Humans.
It's insane.
It's a human.
Well, with politics, it's their identity. That's all they have. These are people that instead of developing a skill set or a personality, all that they have is who they voted for or what they believe in. And with the advent of the internet and social engineering, social media, people needed something to say, this is who I am. I've got this and I've got that. And I understand. I've got a couple of things that I like to fly my flag over. Like, this is the stuff that I like. But it doesn't encompass every facet of my life. I don't drive a Star Wars themed car to my house filled with action figures to drink
Buzz Lightyear vodka and Han Solo bourbon and Harley Quinn pizza puffs. I don't need that. But if you tell someone, like if somebody brought you a t-shirt and they brought you a blank white t-shirt, and then somebody else brought you a t-shirt with a Nike logo slapped across the front of it, even if they're the same material, even if they're the same size, they fit and
Am I
feel
Jamaican?
exactly the same, I would probably, first off, I'd be less grateful for the Nike swoop shirt, and I would wear the one without it more often because I don't enjoy using myself as a billboard. I mean, you go to the mall and get some snacks at the food court, even your tray, at least here in Florida that I've noticed, there are advertisements on your tray. So you go to a place to spend money and they're advertising all around you. You're walking through this place and you've got people grabbing you by the shirt going, hey, come smell my crappy vape juice. And now you can't even take a little break from advertising because underneath your orange chicken and chow mein, there's an ad for teeth whitening, which you can get done at the mall.
It's a plumage heuristic.
What a great world we live in.
You know when an animal is presenting to the members of the opposite sex?
Yeah.
It's just a quick way to do that. It's a quick way. If I wear a logo on my shirt, it's a very quick way for me to convey to other people what kind of person I am, because we are very heuristical.
So what kind of
beings.
person wears a t-shirt with an X-Wing or a Death Star on it?
I don't know. I'm not into Star Trek.
But you will be once the bourbon comes out.
It's Trek Wars, dude. That's how you
Track
say it.
Sorry. You have to remind me of that every time.
Field and track wars.
Guys, I can't believe it. I can't even believe it. Do you know what's happening?
Yes, but tell me anyway.
Describe
The
it for the
show-
viewers.
The show is winding down.
And my blood is boiling up.
It's about to be my favorite part of the show, the after show at Bar TR.
Bar TR.
Yeah, that's Reverend Caller 23's bar. And we'd like to go there after every
The show and
broadcast of Time for the Show.
Yeah, but I gotta call you on the phone, Peas, and we'll talk to you on our way up to the bar.
All right, I have a phone. I can do that.
Good.
Well, we still have 5 minutes of our
5
listeners'
minutes.
time to
So
waste.
we got dagyos and apologies. Yo.
Well, yeah, Peas is here. We can do Peas' apologies. I don't know if you can apologize for 5 minutes. If not, we can do the
Peas,
Dagyo
you think you can do that?
segment. I want to do the. You've never done a Dagyo, Peas. I want you to do a Dagyo.
I don't know. You know, there's so much to be thankful for on this show. that
Thankful?
To apologize for it. It seems to be.
Scrape us off on the side of a bowl?
Well, Peas already apologized to us, so I mean.
I apologized early in the show, although truth be known, I was expecting to be some reciprocal apologies, but whatever, it's fine.
We don't want to seem like pussies on the air.
I know. It's a difficult thing. There's emotions and things and waves and cosmic energies that transvest the universe and transverse it as well.
That's why I keep a Midol in a pendant around my neck, just in case.
I just think that it's an important time as the show starts to become from a young child in middle school, as it starts to mature and start to play football with the varsity squad and move up in the echelon of shows, that we bring some maturity and decorum to the show. And I think that that's why I parted my hair when I came on the show tonight.
So handsome.
I wore a jacket to show my sincerity and have a first day new guy attitude.
Fresh Peas. So handsome.
Fresh young peas parted in the middle.
That's right, the show is sprouting pubes. We're closer to 1 year than we are to 0. You realize that? It's been more than 6 months.
Well, you two guys have. I got a couple more shows before I hit that
I've missed a couple.
milestone.
Dag, yo.
Dag.
I'm Dag-yoing Dr. Fox, because he's the only one that hasn't missed a single episode. Dag, yo!
Nope.
Every single one? Dag, yo!
No, he has
Just
not.
walked
Dude,
out
he
of
made us
one.
See, that's how you do a Dag,
No.
yo.
You made us do one once and forgot to record it.
That's
'Cause
right.
just me
You
and
did
Finn,
miss
and you
one.
weren't
I'm
there.
gonna turn that Dag-yo back on myself.
That's right.
Dag-yo.
So,
That's how you do a Dag-yo, Peas. You want to do one real quick?
I don't know what it means.
You just say something and then you go, Dag-yo.
Dag, yo.
That sucked. Let's end on a shitty note, everybody.
You starting this week?
Yeah, a shittier note.
Well, I think we should end the show with a prayer like we do every show.
All right,
All
bow
right.
your heads.
You get the prayer, and then we'll do the plugs, and I'll play us out.
All right. Dear Jesus, thank you for doing such a good job on my yard. I've never had it trimmed quite as well as you've done it this week. I really, really appreciate you, and here's an extra $3 for your trouble. Amen.
Los Amenos.
Love, peace.
Ooh, amen, love, peas. You should sign every email with that, including your work emails. Amen, love, peas. Because men do love peas. He's very handsome.
Well,
Dangerously handsome.
And chicks dig me.
Girls want to be him.
Shallow graves.
Men want him to go away. Women want to be him. It's peas.
I could have got laid if it wasn't for that damn peas.
Well, it's about to be midnight, and we don't want to step on the show that's coming up next on Freethink Radio, which is Dr. Ellis's old-timey radio show. So if you're a fan of those old-school radio shows like I am, keep it tuned to keep your computer tuned to Freethink Radio, and stand by for that in a minute. In the meantime, I am Fid Chuli. That's engineer Dr. Fox over there. Our special co-guest host, arch nemesis Peas, the handsomest enemy that we've ever had, is here too. Time for the website is the website. Get the back episodes and subscribe to the podcast version there. Send us an email at timefortheemail@gmail.com. Tweet us at timeforthetweet. And what's that phone number again, Dr. Fox?
Why, that phone number is 321-765-FAUX. And you got the Twitter?
Yeah.
Don't forget Facebook.com/Time for the Show. And get those episodes. Join the Discord and follow up on the Patreon at timeforthewebsite.com. Peas, you got anything to go out on?
I think I should send money. Do you guys think I did a good job?
All right, so on behalf of everybody here at Time for the Show, we'll see you next week, and you're welcome.
.com.